Hello everyone, and welcome to Starforge. My name is Justin, and there's not a lot of you who have been watching so far, because this is a new channel, but I do need to explain that I have changed the channel name. I was calling it Stellar Forge before, and I was watching somebody else's video, and they had pointed out how much the word star was used in so many popular shows and things. And I've watched Star Trek and Star Wars and Stargate, all these other things, and I just looked at my channel name and thought, well, would YouTube let me have that name? So I looked, and it was available. So we're Starforge here, and you know, I'm really excited about that. It's a great name, and it's going to be cool. So I have a bunch of things to do in this video. I'm going to quit rambling and get started with it, but basically we're going to build a floor here, get a truck set up and running coal down, and then build a steel factory, which is going to let us have the level 3 belts soon, which that's going to help a whole bunch, because right now we're using the steel plates, the reinforced steel plates, and those cost a lot of time in assembler money, the screws and everything involved. So it's going to help a bunch to be able to stop using those, let us use those plates for other things, and we'll use the steel for the belts. So yeah, let me get started on it instead of talking about it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, here we go. I am just now trying to figure out how high to make this thing, and this is kind of an arbitrary decision, but not entirely. I want it high enough that it's a really tall ceiling, especially for the first floor. But I don't want it so high that I can't reach to put belts up there and things. I probably won't do it too much more on this floor, but I want that to be a rule for all the floors. If I need to do a belt on the ceiling, I need to be able to do it without having to stand on something or fly. So, yeah, I'm not going to focus on this part too much more. Just, I think you've all seen how to use Zoop mode and get a platform put together fairly quick. I am putting some pillars in the corners. Well, not pillars, but, just blocks going straight up. And I am going to replace those with actual pillars later and stuff when I have those access to those things. But yeah, this is the floor. This is where we're going to start doing the steel a little bit later. And yeah, it's gratifying to finally get a lot of this actually, finally put in here. So now I'm getting the belts figured out. This is to show where I'm going to bring up a belt for this corner. There is a iron mine over here, and I need to bring a belt over, and this is about the level of the iron mine. Here I'm just making a platform quick. I want to make a little structure here for especially all the remote mines, but I'm not quite sure what design I want to do yet, and I'm also waiting until we have blueprints available so I can just plop those down and probably stick the actual mine inside of the little building, but a little 3x3 structure placed on top of wherever a resource is available, that should be good. It's kind of embarrassing. I couldn't figure out where I was getting attacked from while I was trying to build this. And I finally realized it's up above here on this this little bridge. So I was able to get that, collect a blue slug, and then I get myself back down.
This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fixit production line efficiency. Research it in the MAB to establish classification and potential application.
And I can do a belt from here to here. There we go. Okay. Now, I really want the faster belt hole, and I'm going to bring this one right to the edge. Let that go in there, and now this will come out. Does that look dumb? Kinda looks dumb. Okay, over here first. There we go. That'll look a little bit more planned. Rather than everything just running in beeline straight to the thing on it. There. Okay. Conveyor wall hole. And then make the hole about there. See if it'll allow me to build a conveyor right there. I'm going to jump down and connect that to the building. Bam! Perfect. Now we have some features on the building that aren't just for looks. Oops. Okay. This stuff isn't needed. That is, though. For servicing purposes. Okay. Just one right here. Why do they sometimes pop in 45 degrees off axis? I don't understand. I didn't do that. Like, I haven't built anything in that orientation at all. Okay, so weird. I need to get some things that can go in the corners there. But there. The walls will look something like that. bring that up. Then I can bring them down. About this high. And then a lot of windows. Okay. Now it's starting to look like a building rather than just a big platform. Hopefully I don't use up all my building materials doing this. Oh, okay. Cool. One more. Awesome. Okay, now, I need ways in. So for now, let's see a ramp like that. Customizer materials, concrete foundation. There. I don't know what. Oh, I do know why I like the concrete foundation over the metal. Oh, I missed some spots. I have holes in my platform. It looks like one solid object rather than a whole bunch of individual squares. That's why. Changes the sound of my feet too on different materials. Okay, so let's get up here. I have just a few things to build. Now I rebuilt my toolbar to build concrete foundations instead of metal ones. Awesome! Now here's the part I've been excited to do for a while. I get to show you the new truck routing system. It is much, much better than the old one. Of course, I need to accomplish an objective here before we can proceed. Luckily, I have all the materials needed, except I'll have to run down and grab a couple of things. I'll be right back. Okay, while I was editing, I saw that I also had not built the assembler to make the modular frames. I just skipped past that because it's a pretty obvious basic bit of construction there. So I finished that objective, and now I'm doing the one for steel. The assembler is going to make more modular frames, so I'm going to wait to complete that objective till a little bit later. So let's get on with building the track for the vehicle. Okay, here we go. We're finally going to start getting it all set up to run a truck up to the coal plant and back. First, I'm making sure I get the placement just right, because it's going to really matter.
Fixit wishes
The
to
trucks
remind you that
need
the
to be able
vehicle
to
path
come
tools,
into this
which can be
area,
found in
loop
your build
around,
menu,
and
can
head
connect
back
directly
up
to the truck station's
the
dock
path.
area. This ensures it will connect
And now
properly
Ada
once
has a lot
everything
to
is
say.
automated.
I'm going to
The
let you
truck
hear.
station can be set to load or unload, and can also refuel vehicles. Unlike some pioneers, truck stations care about saving humanity.
Okay. Yeah. Truck stations care about saving humanity, but apparently they think I don't. That's just... Or some pioneers, who shall remain unnamed, right? It's just so funny how they put a lot of hilarious stuff in here. So I'm kind of showing just how tricky it is to get these things going around bends. Like, it'll let you do it. Yeah, it's very, very particular. So I'm trying to... So I go out just a little bit farther and it lets me do it. Crazy thing is I end up redoing all this in a minute, but yeah. Mostly because I wasn't sure this was going to work, and it did work. But yeah, see how it'll do it in one place and not another though? So crazy. So yeah, I'm going to show you that with the footage sped up a lot. The whole build going up there and then working on the coal plant just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm trying to make this, in the end though, be as smooth and graceful as possible for the trucks to roll in and out of this station. Okay guys, so I decided to kind of do this section uncut, but sped up quite a bit. So I work on these paths. They're tricky and there's other things to do along the way. So that's why I figured I would just let you see it all, but not make you go through every annoying little bit. I get in a fight here with some of these hogs. Fortunately, these are the smaller ones. Man, they make the game exciting. I get quite a bit of free adrenaline out of that. They were vicious, and they took me out, and I had to respawn and come back. It was my own fault too for being hopeful that the fights were over. See, now I hear them again. I can't, it's so hard to see where they are. Oh, or am I just remembering a different fight? I might be. Okay, so here I'm getting these going straight across. Then I end up building a different platform to try to bring the trucks out of here. Looks like I had to run back and get more materials. Kind of entertaining just to watch how fast I run. And I'm checking and seeing that the power is still not stable. So I'm gonna go here, I think. Not quite yet. Okay. I gotta be careful not to tell you what I did before you see me do it. Here I'm trying to work on making a curved path. I end up not going with that because I'm missing some of the materials I would normally use to do a curved path. So I just make a 45-degree angle. I wish they had 45-degree shaped pieces. That would make things so much easier, but they don't. I don't know why they won't put them in the game. I want to say, like, I've asked, but I haven't. I've just said what I would like, but of course they can't read my mind. But if I'm thinking it, I imagine that lots of other people are thinking it.
and the game creators have chosen for some reason not to do what I want. I had some more foundations here to be able to bring the road path over wide to make that turn. And then when we follow this new foundation, and I guess that was me hooking it up. It went so fast. So now I'm looking at what's up with the power, and I guess I didn't figure it out yet. Okay, so here I'm cutting down a bunch of material that's going to be in the way. We have to set up a mine quick in order to send the coal down to the plant. And here's me setting up the power conveyors. I put a splitter there on the back of the truck station, so the coal will go in. Some of it will go in the fuel slot, and some will go in the cargo slot. This will fuel the trucks, and put the rest in our steel plant. Now there's one more coal mine up here that we haven't tapped yet. Now I'm looking at it. Oh, I saw a straight line. So I did figure that out. It was, Ada had something to say about the truck lines or something. Oh, here's me. Okay, I'm fighting those guys again. And then bringing the path back all the way down. It's a little bit faster on the way down. And then down here things get really tricky. I have to fiddle with these paths quite a bit. They don't like sharp curves at all, and then interfacing it coming off of the natural land. I ended up undoing and redoing a lot of connections here. There, it looks like we're close. They have this weird tendency to start out with a twist. If that makes any sense. And I don't understand it. But so I do a lot of scrolling the mouse wheel trying to untwist it, and I don't know which way is untwists. Okay, that looks like that's it. Yep. And then you do have to name the stations. That's important, especially since in the beginning you only have a few stations, but later on you're going to end up with lots and lots of stations if you play this whole game. And I use naming conventions like whether it's an input or an output, and then I start with the name of the place. I name all the places myself, or use the pre-named ones if you're dealing with the train stations. But yeah, I'm going to end this sped up section here. Okay, now will it let me connect it to the portal? Yes. Perfect. And let's do that with the concrete too. There. Yeah, that floor hole wasn't really connected. Good. Now it's connected. Cool.
So I can go up here and get stuff without having to go down that floor. So I can create a storage container right there. And just like that, my concrete will fill up in there. Cool. So I don't have to go down to that floor to get the things that are coming out. Same here. Not sure which way is going to be best, but for now, let's do... I don't know what happened. Okay. Just like that. And out there. Now, anytime we need these, they'll come out. And that'll be a big part of future production. Okay, now let's go turn in this mission, and I'm going to get a little bit of steel going. Okay. There we go. Cool.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix-It and humanity is relying on you.
So I can walk under it. So I'm going to come over here, and I want it on straight. I'm going to bring it up 1. And then right to the edge, up 1 again. And, okay. So, boundaries. I need rotors. So I'm gonna have to go down and grab some. I should have rotor production running full speed. Let's see, where's gonna be the best place to put the foundries? I think, okay, 1 square for walking, 1 for distribution here. So we start them right on this place. And I'm going to hit H to temporarily lock it down and then figure out. Yeah, I guess we're going to put the corner of it right there. And that's the output, so I was just about to drop it backwards. Okay, let's try that again. Control and the arrow key to move it a small amount. Okay. So, yeah, and it won't lock them in there without nudging. Come on. But that's weird. Huh. That's... So if I... No, that did not line up well. It's so weird. It's not behaving right.
If I hit H in control, then maybe I hadn't hit H, so I was trying to nudge things that I had not. Locked in. Okay, 4 of them. Let's put in steel ingot recipe in all of them, and then let's figure out how much they're going to use. Okay, 45 a minute on the iron and 45 a minute on the coal. Okay, and I should have checked before, so let's just jump down and find out what's the output of the mine. Is it 120? Okay, it's 120. So let's see. I'm gonna do something here. Oops. I just want it way up there without going all the way around. So soup. Okay. Kind of ugly for now. I'll need to get something else made. But yeah, and then I need to put a foundation on top here. It won't let me do it. Okay, there. Then I want a wall there, and a wall hole. Yeah. Oh. I needed to delete this anyway. Okay. Okay, splitters. Okay, yeah. This is gonna get crazy, so if I don't do this right, let's see. First of all, let's do them back here. One here. There. There. And there. Wait. There. Oh, see. Okay, is that? No. Yeah. There.
And then these, we're going to use the lifts facing this way. And this is a thing I learned about, I'm not sure when, but fairly recently. You can connect a splitter like right on the top of the lift. It looks weird, but it snaps on there. There. Now the coal will come from here, and oh, it's gonna come down. Okay, hang on. We're not gonna be able to get one belt all the way there, so I'm gonna bring the belt over in straight mode as far back as I can and raise it up till it's level. Okay, okay, so to here. And maybe if I hold control, it will let me nudge it. Maybe H. Yep. Okay. Now raise it up. Is it 1 or 2? 2. Okay. I don't know if this is even enough to finish this. How high is this thing? This is the one thing that I have a real hard time with. Okay. No, geez, they don't line up anyway. And I'm missing reinforced iron plates. Okay. We'll do it with the slower belt for now. But we're going to need a lot of those reinforced iron plates to get this running full speed. Okay. I don't even have power up here yet. So, like that. And then that's in straight mode, which makes this a lot easier. I'm going to come over here first, so I don't have to jump over that belt. Do the same here. See, that's well, okay. Alright. So that's all of those. Oh. I didn't quite finish making this look right. So, I need a wall here. And then a wall here. Oh, looks like that wall is not lined up right. Uh-oh. Sure we're gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It'll be easier without me constantly moving while I'm trying to build walls. Okay. Yeah. There we go. That looks better. And that's why the wall holes that aren't part of the wall are so nice. Okay. If I was going to do 2 or 3 in one place, that other set is going to be nice for those things. Alright, so that's you know, that looks decent. I need corner pieces and concrete blocks and stuff. Okay, I need to bring power over here, so looks like there's a power pole right there. And now I've been having a habit of just letting them connect to the building wherever, and I need to start kind of planning where it's going to look good. So where does it connect on these? Oh, it's right here. Okay. So a power pole in this connector would be good. Now that did link up. Okay, so then for each one of these on this line, that looks much better. Okay. Then just from the poles to the machines. That's a much more clean look. I need to go through and really do something like that for like all the stuff on the factory below. So it doesn't look so crazy with wires running everywhere. Yeah, one pole to each machine. There we go. And there we go. I'm making steel ingots. So let's see. We're gonna do mergers. I already have those right here. So I think we put the outputs that way. Like so. And like so. Oh, that's right. For making belts, I can just go to the level 3 belts really soon here. Steel belts. I need iron plates. And then I won't be using up my reinforced iron plates for making belts. So that'll be the solution. I don't have to have another manufacturer for a bit. Okay, let's speed that up. Okay, I'm just trying to get all the output working. Okay. That's all the output of these machines. Then the constructors. Whoops, that's the wrong way, isn't it? Pretty sure it was. So constructors going that way. Now let me make sure they can make the things I want to make. Should be steel beams and steel pipes. Okay. Then
We'll do, I don't know how many, several. That was wrong. Okay. There. Just use nudging to make sure they're right. Or get myself in a position where I can see it. There we go. 4, I'm thinking at least 6 to keep up with these smelters. Okay. And splitters. Trying to hit one. Okay. Right there. Let's see if I can get on top here. I'll do the slow belt out of here for now. And the fast belts here. How many do I have? Not enough. I need to be really careful. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's figure out power for these. So they need to go in here, there, there we go. Those kind of look like they go back, but okay. That's on. There we go. Okay, and we have all those hooked up. Oh, and of course I didn't connect one to another pool yet. My plan was to do that last. There we go. Now they're on, and I probably haven't given them recipes, and I need to connect up their outlets. So 60 ingots a minute makes 15 beams. 60 a minute. How many do these make? 45. So, like 2 of these making steel beams might be acceptable. And then the rest on the pipes, because they use 30 a minute. I'm not sure how that math works out. It's probably more than those 4 will make. But
Yeah, okay, mergers. So I'm gonna do those, and then, these will go the other way. They should. And then I need storage for both of these. Let me jump up. Okay. Do I have enough to build that? Nope. And did... Okay, I did get that going in the right direction at least. Okay. So, storage container here. Like that. Okay. So I know that's not going to keep up. This isn't going to keep... Well, almost. This one would do it. Okay, storage container here. And those. Okay. Why is this not running? Is it just not even getting anything? Maybe because I forgot to put input into it. Yep. Is this... Nothing's been produced. Because this isn't getting steel either. Wow. There. Alright, let's go check our objectives because I think I can start turning those steel beams into belts and speed up the whole process. If I choose the right objective. Can I go straight to tier 4? Yes. Oh man, I'm gonna need 400, 200, and 200. Okay, that's what we need right away. 200 of each and 400. So let's just see how production is going of everything. Okay. We have a lot stored here. This is a Mark II belt. Okay. That's a Mark II lift. Mark II. Mark II. Okay. That's a Mark 1. And I don't have... Okay. So I'm going to have to get some more of those belts to help speed this up to get the 200 of each. And then I need 400. Oh, I think I know where I can get a bunch of them. This dumb belt that I built all the way up there, I did some Mark II belts going all the way up, and that was just a dumb. And I want the straight belts anyway. So, yeah. Such a bad design move. And this is going to become a building anyway. Each floor will get a little bit taller and work its way up to here. So, all of this will get redesigned. This will help making that, reaching that next objective a lot faster. They have a whole bunch of plates stored up in all this. Now some of this is Mark 1 now. I didn't do it to all of it, but to enough. Oh, radiation. Never noticed that before. I've been up here before. I knew it's over there. I guess I've just run past it so fast. Okay. It's kind of cool how it changes your vision. Like, that wouldn't happen for real though, radiation. It just... You start getting sick. And by the time you start getting sick, it's probably way too late. If you stayed in a radiation area until you started feeling something. So right there, that's the other limestone. Looks like there's two of them, one here and one here. No? Yeah. Yeah, it showed them. So, two of those there. If I do two of them on one belt, I can do a really kick-butt concrete factory. That's what we need. Okay. So let's go get the steel factory running full speed. I was going to try to jump onto that belt. It would have saved me a little bit of health, but I'll regenerate that so fast. Okay. If I can get all of these up to Mark II, that will increase the output of the steel. And then Mark II on all these. Okay. Mark two belts here. To get everything going full speed. Okay. Don't know if that's going to really help, but we're going to do it. And that should do. Oh wow. I already have 200 of those. We're coming along quick with those. And let's see how many reinforced iron plates I have. We just sort. I have 220. Let's see how many I've made downstairs. We're gonna get really close, and then I won't use the reinforced iron plates anymore for belts. Okay. $50, and let's see how many I can take off and out of these machines. There's none in the machines now. So I just empty the belts. $310, 12, 15. Okay. So, pardon me. I think the thing to do is going to be to make some. This is not the most fun way to do it, but I want it done. Okay. That's it. That brings me to exactly 400, and I can go grab the 200 steel beams. Then I'm going to do what I can to make sure we are just blasting out the steel beams as fast as possible for all the belts we're going to need to make. Okay, here we go. Bang.
Milestone reached. Improved storage containers and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup. Production speed is of the essence after all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make. Because they are. Warning. Fix-It psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress. Now back to work.
45 a minute. It's the iron ore that's slowing things down. Let's see what's going on here. That's a Mark 1. That's why. Whoops, I didn't mean to pick one up. Well, there we go. No, now I can increase that belt, and that belt, and that belt, and that belt. There we go. I can put the iron ore I was holding in there. I need to make sure that all these belts are upgraded. Or at least Mark II. That's Mark II. Okay. Yep. So now that's going as fast as it can. This is actually running faster than it needs to. That'll increase my steel production, which increases my steel beams. 15 a minute. Wow. Those two are taking like all the steel. Okay, I'm gonna take some more. This might be overkill here, but there we go. This is as fast as this factory can go, and I do have the output coming out here, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're not storing steel beams or ingots in there. We're there. We're here. We're here. Okay. Looking at this, 120. Okay, what's 45 times 4? I think we may be able to do one more foundry. Jeez, I opened up my phone and a YouTube video started. 45. That's 180. Oh, that's more than the mine makes. Okay. The mine makes 120. Okay, so we're 45 times 3 then. What's that? 135. Okay. Yeah, one of these machines is completely extra right now. Is this the last one on the
It doesn't matter which one I turn off. I'm just going to turn one off to save power. There. Okay. And probably a couple, like this machine is off. I'm going to turn it off too. And a little steel will get stored up here, but yeah. For now, this is the best way. Okay, yeah, it's cranking those out a lot faster than reinforced iron plates. So that's going to be a huge game changer to keep that steel plant running full speed. Okay, guys, this is where we're at. Let me show you kind of an overview from above. Okay, guys, I am going to wrap this up. I got quite a bit done here. The steel plant is running about as fast as it can with all the resources it have. This is our little coal source to be able to feed the steel plant. We basically are going to probably use up this coal over time. It will, since the truck that's running this route uses some of that coal as fuel, we have some coal stored up, but eventually we'll not have quite enough. So I'll eventually want to hook up the second coal mine up there. Well, I should say the third, because one is going into the coal plant. From over here, I'm just going to move over to where you can see the first level a little bit. I don't really have to show you everything again, but you know, this gives me an idea how to go forward with all of this. Eventually down there, I want to build a truck station. I'm going to start trucking a lot more resources from around the map. Those will go in little bump outs and up the building as the building grows, and we'll use more and more stuff here. So this is just the starting area, and yeah, I'm excited to kind of get this whole area built up about as far as it makes sense to, and then we can start going into the higher levels of the game. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. So I'm going to wrap this up here. I appreciate you watching, and you know, keep tuning in, please. It's going to be pretty cool. I should be able to put together at least one good video every week. Thanks for watching, guys.